and you didn't say anything, and I forgot that. I forgot that they're bitter. I mean, they're very, very.
Hello, Facebook Live and YouTube.
Everybody.
How's it going?
We're great.
We're great. Because we're getting ready to go to Italy.
We are.
We're going to Italy in 2 days. We're traveling through northern Italy with 20 people from the restaurant. And we're going to be doing lots and lots of wineries. That's what the trip's about. And we'll be tasting olive oil. We'll be tasting lots of olive oil. Lake Garda up in north where we're going, they have more milder oils than the southern part of Italy. So today's video is step 2 in buying good, high-quality extra virgin olive oil. As if any of you have known or have seen my videos, there's a lot of fraudulent activity when it comes to olive oil. Do you know the FDA and the USDA, starting in 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s,
It's a long time.
tested olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. It was in the bottle.
Up until when?
Up until the 90s.
Oh.
Do you know why they stopped?
Why?
Because they can't do anything about the fraudulent olive oil.
Why can't they?
Because there's just so much fraudulent stuff out there. Because the first video I did on this was about how the bottle that you're buying, the container you're buying, is typically not the person who owns the olive trees.
Right.
It just goes in so many chains. And plus, in 1883, there was a massive scandal where the guy doing cottonseed oil down in New Orleans and making it flavored into olive oil. And I mean, so it's been done forever, right? And things have been altered for hundreds of years, 500 years, 600 years. It's olive oil has always been altered because it's a very lucrative business. You can make more money doing fraudulent olive oil than you can selling drugs. So these guys are making big bucks doing this. So even though Colavita and Bertolli has the highest standards and they have the greatest intentions, they're not sure what's really, they're buying something from Africa, from the Middle East. They're not really sure what's going in and who's picking and what's going on. So the FDA had to stop testing because there's nothing they could do about it. It was fraudulent the whole time. And they're like, they throw their hands in there and say, well, there's nothing we can really do anymore. So let's just let it be, right? So in Italy...
But that's not right.
It's not right.
That's not right at all, because as a consumer, we want to know what we're buying.
Right. So in Italy now, when you have like certain groups or certain people that go to test olive oil and publish results, the olive oil companies now go after and sue these people and hold them personally responsible for slandering their name. It's incredible. It's incredible. So olive oil, folks, this is what when you go to the store to buy high quality olive oil, this is what you want to look for. This is what you want to do. So step 1 was buy from the grower. Buy from the person who's buy from a label that they're actually growing it themselves and doing it themselves. Bertolli, massive company, they own a huge percentage of the extra virgin market out there, 8%, which is massive. They don't own an olive tree except for in their front yard or their driveway in Milan. So step 2, when you go to a store, is make sure the store will taste you on the olive oil.
That's important.
Super important.
I think that more stores. I guess last time we were in Italy, there were a lot of things that you could taste when you walked into stores, right? Like we've gone into that really great store, that cheese store.
Yes,
and,
in Negrar.
They had so many things that we were tasting, right?
Right, we were tasting cheese, we were tasting everything.
And it makes you stop and think, more stores here should allow you to taste things. But we've become such a big brand, big box store.
Right. So let's talk about that. So when you're buying olive oil, you need to go to preferably an independent store, preferably a store that specializes in olive oil. Now, if you go to Fairway Market in Jersey or New York City, you can taste olive oils. They have them open for you to taste.
All of them?
I'm not sure if every one of them is open, but there's a ton of them that are open. There's a store in New Paltz. There's a store in Beacon. There's a store in Warwick. I love when we can
walk around stores and they have tastes out, you know.
So make sure you can taste the olive oil when you buy it, folks. That's super important. Now, somebody's going to say, well, Marcus, there's a brand at Walmart that's on the approved list because they're very high quality, this and that. You know what? I look at all the oils, and I look at all this stuff when I walk in any store, whether it's Restaurant Depot, Walmart, Sam's Club, whatever. My last visit to Walmart, I was looking through the oils, and yeah, they had 1 or 2 brands that said, be like, yeah, this is a good brand. But I look at the expiration date, and it's about to expire in 1 month.
Which means
it's been on the shelf for 2 years.
a long time.
Typically, olive oils sometimes will put a 2-year shelf life on.
Maybe not on their shelves, right? Or in a warehouse. Maybe not on that specific shelf.
It's been in a warehouse somewhere
for
2 years. So here's, I'm like, wow, this oil's at the end. Now, what happens with that oil when it's at its end? It gets liquidated, right? So if you're going to go onto Amazon or something and buy an oil that you might
like to TJ Maxx or Marshalls.
Marshalls, yeah. Don't buy stuff there at all, folks. It's not being stored right.
Don't buy their olive oil and food related things,
I wouldn't buy any food related items from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. And people say, oh, they have coconut oil. Yeah, there's a reason why it's
cheap
discounted.
and it's discounted.
Okay, so olive oil is super important. It has to be fresh. And let them taste. You should be able to taste the olive oil when you buy it, or you should be able to taste samples out there to pick one. Now here's what you're looking for in olive oil, folks. Here's the most important things. You want peppery. You want a backburn in your mouth. You want your mouth to light up. You want be like, that burns my mouth. And a lot of people think, well, no,
you're not gonna. That's the only time you're really going to
consume it whole.
Because
right?
you're gonna put it on
things. But that peppery backburn and that whole mouthfeel is actually the holistic parts, the nutritional part of the olive oil. That's what makes olive oil, folks.
Go look at a video of olive oil pressing. I don't know if you've showed one or not, but it's pretty cool, right? How the olive oil, how it works.
The one you saw the other day was from California. Was that the one you saw from
think so.
In California, where they have over the row harvesters, which is totally New World style.
But I've seen lots of olive oil, videos.
Well, we've been in Italy when the olives are falling off the trees and they got the nets there.
It's really cool, if you've ever, and I say this every time, if you ever tasted an olive right off of the tree,
you wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't like it.
You would not like
it at all.
No.
So you
Very
would spit
bitter.
it out. I mean, I did. I spit it right out.
Yeah, you're like, olives, and I've had them before.
Right, I had never had olives before. So years ago, when we were in Italy, and there were olive trees on one of the wineries properties, I picked an olive and I went to eat it.
And I watched you.
And you didn't say anything, and I forgot that. That they're bitter. I mean, they're very, very bitter. It's not like a green olive that you get in the store.
So, folks, you want that peppery backburn. You want that whole mouthfeel. That's the nutritional part of it. Now, as soon as you heat olive oil, you dissipate all that. I don't care if you're heating it to 150, 200 degrees, 250. It's being dissipated. All that's being dissipated. You're losing the properties of it, and you're wasting your money cooking with high-quality olive oil. So don't heat your olive oil whatsoever. So watch video one in this series, and I'm going to link all these on YouTube, so it's going to be a whole series. This is video 2.
Find a place to taste olive oil before you buy.
Yep, and avoid the big boxes. When you walk into those big box stores, a lot of that stuff is being there based upon price. Now, there is a California brand in Walmart that makes good California olive oil, but if you flip over the label and look, you see that this brand in the Walmart stores is actually being sourced from Spain, Argentina. It's being sourced from 2 or 3 to 4 different countries. So yeah, they have a cheaper label where they're sourcing from other places. Not saying the quality is cheaper, but I'm just saying, really read labels and understand what you're buying. So folks, go to a good olive oil store, find one, support them, go taste, and experiment. You really don't need just one olive oil.
Right.
You can have 2, 3, 4 different olive oils. You might want one for your scrambled eggs in the morning. You might want one for a ribeye steak that you have at night. So there's different ways to apply olive oil to things. And you just sprinkle it on it. Really, you can sprinkle olive oil on literally a lot of foods. Avocado should get a little olive oil on it. People put salt and pepper on foods. Why not use olive oil as a seasoning as well? So go experiment, have fun, get suggestions. Ask the olive oil store to show you how to actually taste olive oil, how to really taste it and what you're looking for in the olive oil. That's it. Step 2 on buying good olive oil. Taste before you buy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Tune in to us when we're in Italy, actually tasting super fresh pressed olive oil.